Alright, the next thing I'm going to show you how to do is how to make somebody look like they are jumping around or flying around or like they're not on the ground. Okay, that's the most basic way that I can think of doing it. Sorry, I'm checking something here. Alright, so this is how you do it. You need a rig. You need a separate rig to put the guy that you want to fly on. You can use sticky tack, or I'm using packing tape because I don't have any sticky tack. But and then you don't have to necessarily use the Lego. You can use something else if it's more stable for your other rig. I prefer to use the Lego so that way I know it actually can go on the platform. But what you'll do is I'm gonna be doing, and this could be like used for a fight scene or something. So I'm gonna have a fight scene between this dude and Deadpool, and Deadpool is gonna be jumping over him. But what you do is you'll take a picture. Hang on, let me just set this guy back up. You'll take here, let me get rid of the lighting so that way you can see. Alright, you'll take a picture of the guy You'll take a picture of the background without who you're going to have jumping there, okay? Without him. Then what you'll do is you'll take another couple of pictures. So you'll take one picture without him there, unless if you want to do it multiple times. I'm going to have one picture without the guy who's jumping there because I'm not going to have the other guy moving. Now obviously you need more if the other guy was going to be moving. And then it might be a little bit difficult. There's other ways to do it. There's more tutorials out on YouTube if you want to go see how to do this. They might have better explanations. But you would take this and you put this behind the guy that you want to jump, and you're going to connect this guy or whoever else is jumping or flying, you're going to connect him to your other rig. And then you're going to move him about how you want him to be when he's flying or when he's jumping or whatever he's doing. And then you'll string it all together, and I'll show you what to do to edit it to make it look like he is jumping or flying. Alright, so I'm going to take these pictures now. Before I take the pictures, I forgot to mention, you are going to want, if the guy's already in the scene, you're going to want the picture without him there, and you're going to want a picture with the guy standing there. So that way, you know, it actually looks like he was there and then actually jumped off and just didn't come out of nowhere. Okay, now we'll take the pictures. Okay, so I've taken the pictures. Now what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take all of your pictures and you're going to want to put them into your picture editing software. So for me, it's Photoshop. You want to make sure that you have all of them that have the got the prop there that you stuck your guy to, and then the one where he's not there. Okay, and you're going to want to put them into, for me, Photoshop, which is probably the most common picture editing thing that you will see. Alright, we'll wait for it to load. Okay, I'm going to minimize all of them here. All of them except for the two that I need. Now I'm only going to show you how to do one of them, and then you, obviously, with the rest of them, you would ideally do them all before putting them into your video editing software. So what you do is you get your drag tool and you drag the picture with him there over top of the one with the guy that's jumping not there. Then you want to get it as close to where it is as possible. I mean, later on as you are editing it, it'll be a lot easier to tell where it goes. So right now we're dragging it, and it should be right about on top of it. We'll find out later as we're erasing. Now you go to the erase tool. You want to make it kind of big at first, then you make it smaller later. So see, as you can kind of see, I wasn't right on with the spacing of it when I put it over top, but I'll fix that here in a second. So yeah, you just want to erase all around the guy. And then drag it down. I drug it down a little bit so that way it was more spot on. And now I'll just speed it up and let you guys watch what I'm doing with the eraser tool, which is basically just erasing all around the guy who's jumping. you're going to want to take all your pictures, and obviously I only have the 2, but you should have more of a sequence, and you're going to want to put them into your video editing software, and you'll put them wherever they go. Now, since I only edited one picture, it's only going to be the picture where he's standing on the platform and then the first part of his jump, but you would have more of a sequence. So I'm going to just show you what it would look like if you would put the first 2 pictures in, and it's going to go back and forth. But then after this is done, I'll show you some examples from my superhero music video of what this would look like if you did full sequences. So the next little tip that I'm going to show you is how to make people talk. And I'm just going to really fast go take those pictures, and then I'll show you how to do it over in Photoshop. That's the program that I use. Though you could really use any photo editing software that you may have, I think. Most of them should be able to do this. But I'll show you how to do it in Photoshop, and then I'll show you how to put it into your video as well. Okay, so I've taken the picture, and you can take as many as you need. For this scene I only took 1, because I'll just edit it and then string it together, so that way all I need is 1, although it'll kind of look like there's more than 1. What you do is you put your picture into your picture editing software, and then you're going to need like a paintbrush tool that can make the color change, and you'll want to make a new layer before you do this, and then you just black out the area over their mouth so it looks like it's open. And so now I'll speed it up and then come back to you when I'm done with it. Okay, so as you saw, I did the picture editing twice. I did one where the rich guy had his mouth open, and then I did one where his bodyguard had his mouth open. So what you do is you put them into your video editing software, like I did here. Then you make them all as short as they can be. You make it so that way they all fit, and then you string it together in whatever order they need to be for the words that are being said or sang to match up with the opening and closing of your mouth. So I'll just show you what it looks like when you string it all together, and then I'll show you an example from my Harlem Shake's death video. Hey, Robo-Skeleton, what are you doing here?
And why are you dressed like that?